Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday. Oops, I was dropping things too. How we doing tonight? How are you this Tuesday? Tell me about your day. What are you grateful for this Tuesday? It is Tuesday already. We're in the last week of January. You guys are doing it. Killing it. Killing it, I tell you. Week 45, 46 here. You guys are awesome. Who's with us tonight on this Tuesday night? What are you doing? Hey, Adele and Dazzle are here. Good to have you with us. Good to have you with us this evening. Hey, Erica, Kitty. Great to have you all here tonight. It's funny, you gotta love Facebook. On one screen, Kitty's comment is before Erica's. On the other screen I've got going, Erica's is before Kitty. Who can control Facebook? You know, it is funny sometimes. What are you all grateful for this Tuesday night? Hey, Jennifer, how are you? Had a good talk with Brad earlier, Jennifer? I know that happened today. Lost track of days, but I know that happened today. I almost didn't put that it's Tuesday. But it is Tuesday. What are you all grateful for this Tuesday evening? Tell me about your Tuesday. I want to know. We got a little bit of light snow here today. I mean, you would have thought the end of the world was coming with how they were making it out on the news. I mean, really, like, everybody was made to be nervous about it, and it's really not much. Hey, Dana, how are you? Great to have you here. Great to have you here live tonight. Yeah, but we didn't get much. I mean, at least so far, it's supposed to snow. It's supposed to, come through the night. But they really made this out that we were going to have this. They made it sound, even though when you got to accumulation, that it was going to be this big deal, and it's really nothing. Hey, Krita, how are you? Oh, you can keep that 10 inches, Erica. Although, I did, the one interesting weather fact I got today is that we're really right on target for snow. I mean, I felt like because January's been so so quiet for snow here in the Northeast that we were behind, but we got some early snow and everything, and so we're actually, for our winter snow season, we're right on target. But it does keep people away. So, yes, our people have gotten lots done this week. Hey, Angie, we've gotten a lot accomplished. But I think this is sort of the annual week where it slows down in our January. I haven't actually pulled up the numbers. But it certainly looks that way in my brief look at things, because this is the week we start on Thursday. We start our progressive clearance, and we always start it so that we get 2 weekends out of it, and it ends on Super Bowl Sunday. So Super Bowl Sunday is our big ending of our progressive clearance sale. And so when you back that up from Super Bowl Sunday, that's where it puts us at this week. Hey, Pat in the Peanut Gallery. Julie Jankowitz is with us. Show off, Jana, with the AC. The AC on. My sister's coming up on Friday. She's not coming up to. She's coming up to Pennsylvania. To help care for my cousin. But I know she'll be driving with the windows down and the sunroof open. She always does that when she comes up in the winter. I'm like, are you freaking nuts? I mean, every time she comes up in the winter, we have to from Texas. We have to roll down the windows and open the sunroof, and she just loves it. Hey, Michelle, so great to have you here live. So great to be here with you live. So great to hear all that's going on in everybody's world here today. You know I love it. I love hearing that. Hey, Sylvia's with us too. Holy moly, look at the crowd we got here live tonight. I'm going to get us going here with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is where we're going tonight. Tonight we are on page 114. Good morning. Keep going. They will move the goalposts. They will upend the board when they're in check. Life will be unfair, but you keep going. That is our good morning from the Good Morning, Good Night book tonight. I've got all sorts of stuff all over here tonight. Oh, this is a good quote. I got a couple of I got some good stuff for you tonight. Here's a good quote to think about. Here you gotta think. This is one you gotta think about. So digest this one. Sit back, digest. Giving direction is not the same thing as giving directions. Directions are the instruction how. Direction is the reason why. Think about that for a minute. Giving direction is not the same thing as giving directions. Directions are instructions how. Direction is the reason why. Dana, I'm so glad that you're learning a lot. I'm thrilled to have you here. I am thrilled to have you here, Dana. And here live is great. I know so many catch the replay. It's great. Yeah, Kitty, all of a sudden it becomes serious money, doesn't it? It kind of lights your fire. Okay, you're sitting by the fireplace tonight. It lights your fire. I am thrilled that you were able to work on that worksheet. The only thing the worksheet doesn't take into account that you have to manually do, I guess, as an addendum to the worksheet, is you have to adjust for anyone that maxes out at 5,000. So you have to subtract down to 5,000. I think I put it in the notes on it for 2020, but you do have to bring it down to 5,000 if anybody maxes it out. But it's still very big money. Yeah, it's more than a lot of people's PPP money, especially if you got a head count going. Albuquerque's in the snow. Okay, hang on. I got to rewind for Michelle. Rewinding for Michelle. There's not like a 10-second back button on this, is there? You know? I got to talk to Zuckerberg the next time we're hanging out and say, hey, you know, it'd be really great during a live video if you could just, you know, rewind back 10 seconds, you know, just like on the TV. Michelle, this is for you. Giving direction is not the same thing as giving directions. Directions are instructions how. Direction is the reason why. Okay? And I'll say it another way, you know. Yeah, well, we've said it a lot of different ways. You know, my mother was always, everything had to be done her way, okay? You know, there was only one right way to do it, okay? Versus not just focusing on the outcome, but what you wanted, the essence of what you wanted or what you're trying to create is so important. You know, that's why I say, you know, you gotta remember, Michelle, it takes a freaking nutcase. I mean, you gotta be freaking lunatic, Michelle, to be a woman like yourself and say, hey, you know what I'm gonna do? I got this idea. I'm gonna, like, take my savings. I'm gonna use my credit cards. I'm going to borrow money. I'm going to open a business. I'm going to hang a sign out there and put my name out there for the world. And then I'm going to hire people, and I'm going to have customers, and I'm going to have all this business. That takes a freaking lunatic, Michelle. Lunatic, I tell you. A superwoman. A superwoman. That is not the people you hire. Okay, that's not the people that come to work for you. They don't have that kind of insanity in their head. They are mere mortals. A muggle even. A muggle. They're muggles. I tell you, they're muggles. Mere mortals. Okay, they are human. You are superhuman. You wear a cape when you go to work. A cape, I tell you. You are amazing. Amazing, Michelle. And all the other men and women in here that open a business and start a business, that takes something special. The people that work for you, the measuring stick is different, okay? Because they're human. If they achieve 80% of the way you would have done it, 80%, that makes them awesome. 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 Okay? Awesome. You got it, Michelle. You got this. You got this. They've all said it. Cassandra said it to me. I've got this great idea. I know what we're going to do. We're going to open a consignment store. Okay, 23 years later, we're still married and we still have a business. It's pretty freaking amazing. Okay, it's pretty freaking amazing. Sylvia, it is for 2020, it is for the year. It maxes at $5,000 credit per employee for the year on $10,000 in earnings. But it adds up fast. It adds up fast. Especially if you are in an area that's got lockdown restrictions, such as Virginia, such as New Mexico, such as Illinois. This money adds up quickly. It is real money. When I joked about would you pick up $40, okay? Yeah, you'll pick up $40. You bet you will. Okay? And when you do that, and you'll pick up $100. You add up these things, the money adds up quickly, people. Okay? It adds up quickly. So, it is so important. But that quote, directions are instructions how, versus direction is the reason why. Okay? And it's better than just do it. Okay? You do it and you do what I say because I said so. No! Okay? Get them in. And that helps you retain them. Somebody that takes the time to understand the why. Okay, you'll also retain longer too. They won't be a turnstile employee. And part of what we're creating right now, part of as you build back better, okay, you're creating a better workspace, a more efficient workspace, a more resilient workspace, a more adaptable workspace. You're creating the environment of the future. You're creating an environment people want to work in. Okay, that they're going to stay in beyond the pandemic. Absolutely, Kitty. $16, take it. That means if they earn 16, that means your credit is 8. I gave my one last night that they earned 80. My credit's 40. Hey, that is progress, and I've got words on progress. Yes, the muggles sometimes do think they're smarter. But they're not as great, they are just mere humans. So, while we're inspiring tonight, I want to, because my mind's a little fried tonight, I'll be truth. I wigged my back a little bit, so I've popped a couple of pills. So I've been told not to go deep finance tonight, although I have a lot to cover. It's been suggested that I don't go too deep. In full disclosure tonight, that I don't go too. But on the same token there, I like this other, I've got great quotes tonight. I've got a pile of stuff that I haven't gone over. Growth and comfort do not coexist. Think about that. Growth and comfort do not coexist, okay? You got to do uncomfortable. The pandemic made you uncomfortable in business, okay? That allowed you to adapt, that allowed you to change, that allowed you to be better. That allowed you to be better. But I got some good stuff here. I got some good not number stuff. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. I will recover. I will be. I don't want you to worry about me. I tend not to tell about me in this because I don't want you all worrying about me. I will be fine. I will be back. I just, I'll lay on the heated mattress pad tonight and I'll be fine. Any guesses how many rotisserie chickens Costco sold last year? Okay. Any ideas how many of the $4.99 rotisserie chickens, a favorite of Max the dog, Costco sold last year? Costco last year, sales in beer, wines, and spirits were up 17%. Produce was up 16%. The meat department was up 21%. Prime beef alone was up 34% from the previous year. Oh, Eric, out from behind the curtain. Eric comes up with a number, but Eric is wrong. Eric's my only guess on that. I'm going to put that aside for a second while you guys think about that. Walmart, who's not getting enough stimulus money because all your businesses are open this time, has let the federal government know that, hey, since you're not giving everybody stimulus money, can you give us vaccines to give people? They are ready for a large-scale vaccine rollout. And they are like, how much vaccine can you get us? We've been training people how to give injections. We even built a scheduling tool to make appointments easy. And if you get us, we expect to be able to deliver up to 13 million doses a month, at Walmart. So that they can take the government's money. How much up was toilet paper? Hang on a second. Does this tell me? You can get a one-of-a-kind 1.5 carat diamond solitaire for $170,000 at Costco. The prosciutto leg kit was a big hit. The prosciutto leg kit of 12 pounds was $220 this holiday season. Yeah, I know, and I don't care about Walmart except for they're finding another way to get the government's money. If they, when all of us were closed, they got the stimulus money because people couldn't shop anyplace else, and now they're getting the vaccine money. I will tell you this. So at the food court, at Costco food courts, Publix does things well. I like Publix. Publix is one of my favorite markets to hit when I head south. Plus, they have the cake, the lemon cake that my mother-in-law likes. Costco sold, with no seating allowed, even with no seating allowed in Costco's, they sold 151 million hot dog and soda combos in the food court. And their gasoline business, even though with driving down, sold $14 billion worth of gas. But for rotisserie chickens, they sold 101 million rotisserie chickens last year. I feel like my dog ate half of them. But 101 million. I mean, that's a lot of rotisserie chickens. I mean, I have been asked to just stop by and pick up a rotisserie chicken before. But that's a lot of rotisserie chickens. That is a lot of rotisserie chickens. I'm just saying. Hang on. What did I do with that good news? I had some really... I wanted to, but I want the quote. Hang on one second while I find this quote here, folks. Because I want to talk to you about it. I printed it. Hang on. What's these papers over here? It's in this pile. That is an insane amount of chickens, is it not? Okay, another quote for you tonight, because I am just full of quotes tonight. Don't let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. Okay, don't focus on what you can't. Don't focus on what you don't have. Don't focus on the resources you don't have. Focus on the next step you can take to keep on moving forward. That is such an important mindset. Such an important mindset. So, and that's really where it's at. So this was really good news. Okay, so I mean, we can talk about, and my mental mindset is that we still have several years of COVID. Okay, and why do I have that mindset? Because I don't want to hang my hat on that by summer things will be better, or the fall things will be better. I want to work from the perspective of how do I continue to adapt, how do I continue to evolve, and if this thing ends earlier than I think, great, okay, that would be wonderful. But this was, good local/international news because it brings an international audience. The Boston Marathon has been set for October for a live marathon. Okay, the Boston Marathon normally runs in April, okay, which gets us an extra day in Massachusetts to file our taxes typically. I'm not trying to say years, okay, Kitty, but I don't want to say that. I don't want you to have a mindset that there's a definite end date yet. But this is good news, okay, that the Boston Marathon actually set a date to have the marathon this year in October, okay, which on October 11th, okay. Normally the marathon is held on Patriots' Day in April, which usually forces tax day to be delayed. On many years, it forces April an extra day for Massachusetts filers to file their taxes. Because it is a holiday, and so the idea that it's actually they say we announced the 2021 Boston Marathon date with cautious optimism, understanding full well that we will continue to be guided by science and our continued collaborative work with local, city, state, and public health officials. The governor tonight, in conjunction with the announcement, and we have been keep in mind, we're still at 25% occupancy in Massachusetts. Okay, we just lifted a curfew of 9:30 on businesses. Okay, businesses were essentially required to close at 9:30. At night. I was in a supermarket today a big supermarket. I went and picked up milk before the snow, what your grandma says. Okay. and their occupancy for this big grocery store was 220 people. 220 people, and they had people posted counting and everything else. But the governor said in conjunction with this statement that as vaccines are distributed and administered across Massachusetts, we are looking forward to getting back to a new normal in 2021. And the outgoing mayor of Boston, the mayor of Boston is going to join the Biden administration as their Secretary of Labor. We have a ways to go before we're out of the woods, but guided by sound judgment and the advice of our public health experts, I'm hopeful that we'll get to enjoy the return of one of Boston's most storied traditions this fall. Okay. The Boston Marathon is an international event. It brings runners from all over the world. It gets coverage. I mean, it is an amazing event. It got known, a few years ago when we had the Boston Marathon bombings, but it is a major, major event, and so that they think at this point that it is possible, okay, that even the possibility exists to hold this event. I mean, and not only do you bring people from all over the world to compete in it and locally, and but the marathon route is flooded with spectators from end to end. Okay, there are people on that route, so that they think it might be possible by October to have a marathon in person. It is exciting and uplifting news in these cold and dark days of winter. Cold and dark days of winter. And we are looking forward to holding a marathon in October. That's exciting stuff. I am that is good news, okay? Especially in a place like Massachusetts, which has had some of the tightest restrictions next to New York and California. Okay? And so the fact that they could conceive that it's technically possible, okay, is exciting. I mean, that when that came across the news, I was pretty stoked about that, and I'm not going to run the marathon though. I can assure you, I will not be out there running the marathon. I will give any employee that wants to run it the day off. You're not going to run it either. We can be sidelined. I mean, you and I can root the runners on, Michelle, with your wine glass. You bring the wine, I'll bring the glasses, and we can root people on from the sidelines. I mean, people make it an all-day event. It is an exciting time in the city, and it's a big to do. So just the concept of might be some way to hold that in October, and that people are talking about live events. We don't have a state fair here. We have what they call in Massachusetts, they call the Big E, which is the Eastern States Exposition. And that is a multi-state. It's the New England States Fair. Each state has a building on it. It's really a good time. It's really a lot of fun. And, they're planning a return this fall. They're at the end of September. So, and they're planning, ways to keep things distanced and everything else. And they get a gazillion visitors. I don't know, how possible or impossible that is, but they're thinking about the possibilities. And these types of thoughts, that there are people thinking and planning and trying to get us to our next normal, is exciting for business. Okay, and if those things to come to fruition, if the hope that some of these events can come to fruition, we can be better. Okay, the world will be a better place. Our businesses will be doing better, and that is exciting. That is very, very exciting. We're going to be able to gather this weekend, virtually anyways, and I'm really excited about that. Michelle's going to bring her wine bottle and glass of wine. You can bring your wine too. I was in that grocery store. They had I had to laugh today because they had a boxed wine section, okay, because they had added a whole liquor area. It had been forever since I'd been in this particular grocery store, but it was where I was near when Cassandra said stop and get milk. And they had a section for boxed wine, and then they had a section for fine boxed wine. So who knew there was such a thing? I have not seen it on Michelle's Hybrid Fashion Show, but there is boxed wine and there's fine boxed wine. Julie's bringing cookies on Saturday and Sunday. The NARTS Virtual Winter Summit is this Saturday and Sunday. You don't want to miss it. The social gathering starts Saturday night at 9. Julie's bringing cookies. Michelle's bringing wine. I'll bring martini or scotch, but more important than anything to bring is you, because we'll all be there at tables across from each other, and you need to be there. We hope you are there for NARTS Virtual Winter Summit. This starts this Saturday night. Great programming on Sunday with classes from Colleen Lloyd-Roberts from Monkeys and Hats and Melissa Morales from Back by Popular Demand with very important info to help you grow your way out of this. This is all about growing your way out of this. This is adapting, pivoting, and growing your way out of this. It's the only way to make up a month's of lost sales, lower volume traffic. You have to grow your way out of this. And the information they will be sharing and you will gain from your peers during this, where you can ask your questions as close to in real life as possible. This Saturday night, Sunday, do not miss it. Make sure you register at narts.org. This video and everything I talk about here, goes over to narts.org/resalestrong by noon the next day. Noon the very next day, I tell you. It's amazing. Adele and Cassandra make it all happen. They take everything I post and talk about and throw it over there to narts.org/resalestrong by noon the next day. It's there to keep you organized so you can follow up, watch an episode you missed live, see everything, and so you can share it with everybody you know in business so we can help everybody, butcher, baker, candlestick maker, get to the other side of this. That is what our goal is to help everybody walk hand in hand to the other side. It also has a direct link to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell so you know when another episode drops. I am here live every night in the NARTS private Facebook group at More 8 Than Ish. More 8 Than Ish is where I'm at, and you'll find me. But if you have a question in between, I'm talking to you, you just email me, Neil, Neil, at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. We start this program every night, with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start this program. Tonight we're on page 114. If you were not here at the top of the program, our good morning today is, good morning, keep going. They will move the goalposts. They will upend the board when they're in check. Life will be unfair, but you keep going. Our good night tonight is, good night, keep going. They will change the rules on you. There will be chutes lurking after ladders. Life's not fair, but you keep going. There's your graphics tonight, folks. A kind of crazy chutes and ladders theme there to tonight's. Tomorrow we'll get back. I got a lot of financial stuff to go over with you. There's been a bunch of stuff in the last 24 hours, and I will bring you up to date on that and step you through it based on your questions that I've already got. I will get them all answered, and I will bring you up to date. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, a winter seminar this weekend. Gonna be there.